Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, everybody? This your boy, Blackout Jones. We're just shooting the sports. Yeah, I had to go live on this one because I'll tell you this much. Very excited about the class right now so far. The class right now is the top five. We're ranked number 5 right now in the class of 2026 early National Day class recruiting right now. Big news. Big news. Besides the earlier big news, of course, with Faison Brandon, putting ink to paper, Tristan Keys, TJ White, Joel Wyatt, Braden Rouse, a whole host of others. But big news coming out of Ohio State. At one point, we had Legend Bay in the fold. Of course, he went ahead and flipped his commitment to Ohio State. Well, today, probably about 10, 15 minutes ago, it could have been about 20 minutes ago, he has decided to flip back to Tennessee. And when he flipped back, he went ahead and signed his national letter of intent. So we got the great speedster, Legend Bay. Very happy about that. Also, we got a flip from Carter Gooden, who is a UCLA commit. He has also flipped his commitment back, not back, but to the University of Tennessee, which was another great get as well. We got a couple of more coming around. I want to say Jordan Carter. His commitment is around about 4:30 today. And then, of course, J.J. Finch, who is committed to Alabama. I've been hearing rumblings about him flipping to Tennessee as well. So we still have a lot more guys coming up that haven't signed just yet. Now, so let's say Moya, at this point in time, he has put his commitment on hold. I think he's going to commit either Thursday or Friday of this week. I've been hearing that out of Utah, he's definitely, allegedly, I think Utah done dropped the bag. That's what I've been hearing. And then with us getting Legend Bay back, there is a possibility that he may go ahead and stay home in Utah. Hope not, because let's be honest here. Legend Bay was in the fold when Celeste Moya, made his commitment to Tennessee. So hopefully, he can stay on Rocky Top. If not, hey, good luck on your future endeavors. I understand, sometimes, they do say home is where the heart is. We'll just have to see. But in the meantime, let's get to it. Right now, we got a top 5 class. Faison Brandon, Tristan Keys, Gabriel Lucinda, TJ White, Joel Wyatt, Braden Rouse, Kamari Blair, of course, Legend Bay, Zach Groves, Darian Albert, Tyreek King. Tyreek King is an important get, and I'm going to tell you why he's an important get. He hasn't been mentioned amongst the other commitments. We've kind of, everybody been talking about, Tristan Keys, Faison Brandon, Celeste Moya, like I said, Darian Albert, TJ White. But I will say this, Tyreek King, he's the wild card. He's a special player. I've seen his highlights. I think he could be another Jalen Hyatt in this offense. Seriously, because he's just that good. So he's definitely he's been under the radar as far as people mentioning his name, but I'm going to mention it. And Tyreek King is going to be something special at the University of Tennessee. Also, we got Hezekiah Harris, Kedrick Ghostin II. His dad played at Georgia. Darrell Rivers, Joel Combe, KJ McClain, Edward Baker, Luke Thompson, Jermaine Theodore. Speaking of, what's his name? Jamyon Theodore. So Tennessee has 3 athletes that are from Canada. And all 3 of these guys, well, 2 of them, they went to the Baylor School in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Very familiar with that place. I'm from Chattanooga. So, they're definitely getting guys from Canada to come down and produce for that team. We got another guy in 2027, the running back that goes by David Gabriel Georges, a phenomenal player. I seen his highlights. I actually saw the game between them and Baylor and Macaulay. Man, when I talk about lights out, boy, I can't wait till he come to Tennessee. We thought Dylan Sampson was tremendous. We thought that Jalen Wright was tremendous. Man, please wait till you see this guy if you haven't seen him yet. He's definitely going to be a big get for Tennessee when he does commit. And I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere that he does. But in the meantime, we got Nakavian Simmons, Luca Wolf, and Logan Foley. right now that are committed to the University of Tennessee. Now, we do have some that still haven't been committed yet. I haven't heard anything. Javonte Smith out of Jackson Northside, he's one. CJ Edwards out of St. Joseph's in New Jersey, he's another. And then Zay Anderson out of Greenville, Tennessee. He's another that hasn't signed just yet. Man, how do y'all feel about this? Because I feel pretty good about it. I'll tell you that, man. Who is this? Hold on for a second. Yeah. See, you know one thing I don't like? I don't like when you got people come to your house and they're always trying to sell you stuff all the time. That's what I got at my house right now, ringing the damn doorbell. Man, I don't need that, man. Don't come over here. Look, I don't have nothing to say. And you know what's even worse? When you tell them no, they still want to talk to you. Do you hate that? Because I sure as hell do. I hate every bit of it. But anyway, we're not thinking about that guy. So as of right now, like I said, Tennessee is at 5. We have a potential of potentially being a top 3 class. We still got some big boys that are still out there that could possibly come to Tennessee. Very excited. Now, with all that being said, we talked about this before. Okay, you get the guys in the Tennessee, right? But you got to develop them. That's very important. You got to develop these guys. You know, I had a conversation with a guy many years ago, and this is when Tennessee, this is when we were down in the dumps. We wasn't doing well. I want to say this is during the Bush Jones era, Jeremy Pruitt, a little bit of the Jeremy Pruitt era, right? I had a guy that came to me and was like, well, see, that's the problem. And he was a Tennessee fan. He was like, that's the problem. We need to get 4 and 5 stars in here. And I told him, I said, well, shit, if you can't develop them, then what's the point? What's the point of getting these guys when you can't even develop them? They're still going to be your 4 or 5 stars still in high school. That's going to be their mindset. That's what it's going to look like on the field because we don't have a coaching staff that can develop them. Now, in regards to the offensive side of the ball, I don't have an issue with that. Hopefully, there are some little more tweaks that can be made, but definitely on the defensive side of the ball. Even though we have what we have on defense, you need to develop these guys and put them in positions to be successful. And this includes practice, because as you know, Joey Aguilar came out and stated that, you know, Tennessee's practices wasn't intense. You know, it seems like a lot of people took the gas, you know, saying took their foot off the gas. And if it was for injuries, so what? We can't come out here, we can't play soft because it shows on the field. You know what I mean? When you don't have that discipline and that direction to be successful, it's going to show up each and every weekend on Saturdays. Trust me when I tell you, that's what it looked like today. And it looks like we practice ourselves out of a successful season. And that's why we're sitting here at 8-4. Now, how can we get that? How can we make it better? Do heads need to roll? Does Tim Banks need to get let go? Or does somebody need to get in Tim Banks' ear and say, hey, you can't keep running the same philosophy. You can't, what I like to call coaching malpractice. You can't leave a freshman DB out there by himself in the Georgia game and expect him to be great and he getting torched like toast and you give him no help. You can't be like in the Alabama game where it's 3rd and 2, but you're dropping linebackers back. It's 3rd and 2. It ain't 3rd and 10. Then your tackling has to be great. The angles. You got to take the right angles. You got to take the right gaps. You just can't make those mistakes. I understand from 2021, we were ranked 99th, 91, 99th, and then each year we went up. But regardless, if the trajectory is this way, regardless of that, you have to be consistent each and every play. And if you are, and let's say the team beats us anyway on that particular play, so be it. You did your best. You called the right play. That's just what it is. That's just football. But you can't allow to come up short against big time teams. You can't allow that to happen. And that's one of the consistencies of Tim Banks since he's been here at Tennessee. When it's big games, for whatever reason, he's not very exotic on defense. He likes to just keep it simple, and that's it. And that has to change. If he's going to stay there, if Josh Heupel decides to keep him there, he himself, just like the offense that was able to evolve and tweak some stuff here and there, he has to do the same. He has to trust in his players But how does trust come about? Development. You got to develop in order to trust. And that's to the coaches. Also to the players, but the coaches as well. You got to be on their head, man. You really do. But then you also have to have great talent as well. And, it is what it is. But right now, like I said, we got many more to come. Man, I know this season, man. I know I know it wasn't the season that we look forward to. I know in the beginning we all kind of had this thing where before, we saw what Joey Aguilar could do. I know our predictions were like 8-4, 9-3, maybe 10-2 the max. At one point on the video I did a couple months ago, I said 11-1 because I was just that confident. I didn't even care at that point because I was thinking the defense can't take that much of a step back, could it? Well, damn, it did. So that's the reason why, I was like 11-1, really just smelling myself, I guess, at that point. But then we saw what we saw in the Syracuse game. We was like, okay, we got a quarterback that can throw the deep ball. Okay, they made some changes in the offense, some wrinkles that we haven't seen since the days of Alex Golesh. And I was like, well, maybe they may shock somebody here. I don't know. Let's see. Well, then Syracuse came about. Of course, then Mississippi State came about. And even with Mississippi State at that time, we were like, usually in those type of games, on the road, we'll lose those type of games. But we found a way to win, regardless of what the defense did. Offensively, Joey Aguilar was able to get us into the end zone, take us into overtime, and then, the rest was history. And then the Georgia game, what does he do? He goes, 13 out of 14, 14 out of 14, almost 200-something yards, 3 touchdowns, looking great. Yes, we lost to Georgia 44-41, but that was the most points that a quarterback in the hyper era, as a hyper team, put up on Georgia. And let's not get it messed up. Georgia's defense wasn't really all that probably until later on in the season. But normally, if you want to get Georgia, that's the best time to get them. That was our best chance to get them this year. But then the Alabama game comes up. And that was, I don't know, y'all, man. How do y'all feel about that play at the goal line? Do y'all feel like, we should have ran the ball? Do you feel like we should have just kicked the field goal and went out of there? Because hell, the pick six wasn't definitely on the cards. At the same time, Joey Aguilar with an opportunity should have threw it to the outside. I always said, man, I felt like they shouldn't have, put him in that position for that play to happen. I could have been cool with the field goal. But I get it. You want to put points on the board before the half and then get the ball back. Understood. But it didn't happen that way. And then everything else fell apart. And then, of course, the Oklahoma game. I'll say this. If David Sanders if he stayed on his assignment, Joey Aguilar gets that slant to Mike Matthews and we go 14-0, do we lose that game? I don't think we do. I think we win that game. But as you can see, we lost 33-27. That was the difference, but that was momentum swinging their way because we should have been up 14-0. We dominated that game. We just couldn't make the plays. So a lot of things need to change, not only on the offensive side, but definitely on the defensive side. We gotta do better. That 99th ranked, giving up damn near 30 points a game, that's not going to cut it. And I don't care who you put on the field. But damn it, if you don't develop and you don't call the right plays and you don't do anything that's meaningful, then look, it's just going to be the same thing next year. Bro, we done have big defensive tackles. Yeah. You say we don't. Are you saying we don't have? Where the defensive tackles at? Shoot, they left. That's where they at. Yeah, they left. But yeah, you're right. But looking at the recruiting board, we don't have any defensive tackles. That's alarming. It really is. Well, we got Darrell Rivers. He's one. We got Nakavion Simmons. We got another one there. So we got a couple of, my bad, we got a couple in the fold. But we need more. We definitely need more. So I agree with you on that. But Faison Brandon, feel real good about that guy, man. I watched him play last year. I watched him play this year. Hopefully they make it to the state. If they do, she may go watch him play again. but he is as advertised. He is that dude. And what's crazy is the high school that he goes to, they got a backup quarterback here that's just as good. I'm not gonna say he's better, but he's just as good as Faison Brandon. So they definitely produce out there in Grimsley High School in Greensboro. But as far as the position players, man, just think of this. We're gonna have, yeah, you're right. That is the problem. No more edge rushers. Oh yeah. And I was about to go there. I was about to go there about Kelsey Pope. I was about to talk about the skill players and the wide receivers. Kelsey Pope has done a beautiful job in recruitment, in recruiting, man. Look, just think: Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, Tristan Keys. If we can get Celeste Moore, back in the fold, Legend Bay. Oh my God! And if Brazel comes back, because he has another year, he may not come back. Yeah, but just the dream scenario of having those guys out there. The job that Kelsey Pope has done in recruiting, that's why Georgia was trying to come get him. But he was like, nah, I ain't going to Georgia, but that was for other reasons. But that's why a lot of these teams out here trying to get a Kelsey Pope, because look what he has done. Now, I know, what was that, last year for that? People were trying to get on Kelsey Pope. They're like, oh man, the wide receivers ain't doing this, the wide receivers ain't doing that. Well, those wide receivers ain't there no more. Yeah. One of them went to Florida State, unfortunately, and I hate it for him. I hate it for Squirrel White. I do, because he should have never went down there to Florida State. I think we all could have told him that. But, sometimes people got to find out the hard way, man. But, yeah, edge rushers, I'm going to get back to that, Andre. As far as edge rushers are concerned, we got a couple of guys that are coming in. Hopefully they can get developed to a point where they'll be a problem. I did see some highlights in regards to Carter Gooden. He looks good coming off the edge. Who else we got now? I can't remember if J.J. Finch was an edge rusher or not, but he looked good too. So we got some guys in here that I've seen that I think Hezekiah Harris, Zach Groves. I've seen those guys, those highlights. They look pretty good coming off the edge. But Rodney Gardner is the man. You know what I mean? So I'm not worrying about that. I think their motors, I think these guys that are coming in, I think their motors are better than what we had this year. I think for a couple of those guys, it was like, in one moment they'll have the motor, and then next moment they'll just drop off. It's like they couldn't do anything else. So definitely getting some young guys in here. Hopefully they can make a difference. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what everybody here can do. Definitely looking forward to next season, see what that's going to look like. I'm definitely going to be at that Georgia Tech game. I got a cousin of mine. He hates Georgia Tech, but that's for other reasons. But, man, how do y'all what do y'all think? What else do you think we need in this class that's going to, truly make a difference? I think offensively, do we need another running back? I know we're still going to have shoot, I can't think of that boy's name right now. Jesus. I'm tripping. Deshaun Bishop, excuse me. I think we're still going to have Deshaun Bishop. We're still going to have DeJuan Morris, Justin Baker, Peyton Lewis. So are we good at running back? I really want to know that, because I think we are. Will it hurt to get another running back out the transfer portal like we had with the Star Thomas? I don't think so. I think Star Thomas was a good fit. I think he should have had a lot more carries. But, Deshaun Bishop was taking care of business as he's supposed to. I think he'll be even better next year. But I think Star Thomas should have got a little bit more shine. I know he was getting it earlier in the season, but later on in the season, it seemed like he wasn't getting that much play, wasn't getting that much rub, coming out of the backfield. Peyton Lewis, I don't know about Peyton Lewis. Like, he's a bruiser. I think that's just his job. He's a bruiser. He'll get you those tough yards. He'll get you in the end zone from the 3, 4, 5 yard line. Like, he's that guy. I don't know if he's a type of running back that can get out or really can make a way to get out to open field and really do some damage. But I'm not saying that he can't either. But I just didn't see a lot of that this year. So we'll just have to see on that. Yeah, yeah. T-Lane is slow as hell. You right about that. God dang. Boy, that boy was laboring this year, Andre. Oh my God, he was laboring. I mean, it was bad. It was bad, and it was covered up a lot last year. Um, he the guys that we had last year, it covered up some of most of his weaknesses, but it really showed this year. Oh my God! But Pilati, Harmon, a lot of people ain't talking about Harmon. Harmon a dude. Harmon is a dude. If we can get him up to speed, and then you're gonna have what Pilati, Harmon, Arian Carter, that boy Braden Rouse. Man, we got an elite group at linebacker. We got an elite group. We really do. Who else we got coming in this year from linebacker? TJ White, phenomenal. He's a phenomenal linebacker. Like I said, Braden Rouse. Who else we got? I think that's all we have in this class. But yeah, William Inge, he's doing a great, phenomenal job in recruiting as well and getting some of the top guys at linebacker as well. Now, of course, T-Lander wasn't his guy. And to be honest, if Inge was there, T-Lander probably still wouldn't be his guy. But T-Lander did a great job. You know, it just a lot of weaknesses showed up this year, you know, for T-Lander, unfortunately. But as far as just a player himself, man, he did okay. You know, yes, he was. Yes, I agree, and you're right. They attacked him every time, and it worked out, didn't it? You know, it definitely worked out. So yeah, but General Vol, yes, this class is starting to look stacked. And like I said earlier, I said we got a lot more coming. Like I said, we might finish top 3 the way it's looking right now. Who knows? If Celeste Moy comes back into the fold, he hasn't left yet. Hopefully that's not the case. But if he sticks around and he signs with Tennessee on top of Jordan Carter, hopefully, and also JJ Finch, yeah, top 3 class, no question. No question. But yeah, Andre, man, I agree with you, bro. I do. I tried to save him. I tried to save T Lander. I did, but you're right. Yeah, he looked bad this year. He looked bad. You right. You right. Let me go ahead and get him on out of here. Yeah, you right. Now, don't take up for him. Don't take up for him. I tried. I tried it though, for real. I did, man. But yo, but yeah, we definitely got some young cats back there that's gonna take care of that. I think what T-Lander, what he has, shit. T-Lander got another year. I hope not. I hope he's the guy. Look, I played college football 26, right? And you know, after the season, they'll ask you, you know what I'm saying, basically, yo, who do you want to go in the transfer portal? You need to go ahead and talk to them, get them on up out of here. T-Lander's probably that guy. That's probably the guy they're gonna tap on the shoulder and be like, look, boss, man, we're gonna have to make some changes here, man. You know, hey, you did well for us at Tennessee. You know, you're gonna always be evolved for life for us, man. But man, we got young bulls in here, man, that's a lot more athletic, a lot more aggressive, and bring it to you. And I mean, T-Lander bring it to you when he can get you, when he can catch up to you. But you know, that's I hate to talk about him like that, man. You know, but it is what it is in that sense. But yeah, man, damn, that's funny as hell. He said, let that man, he said, quit giving that man excuses. You're right about that. You're right about that, boss. But yeah, man, this is a great day. This is going to be I'm not gonna say probably. This is one of Coach Hyper's best classes. Think about having the best class. You got to make it happen. Remember, we lived through the Bush Jones years. We had 2 top 5 classes. What they give us? 9 and 4s. What? Nothing. Anyway, I don't even talk about the record. It didn't give us anything. We ain't play for no SEC championship. We ain't do anything. So that's why I said, man, develop is very important. Coach these guys up, get them out of the high school mindset, get them into the college mindset, and hopefully give them a pro mindset to where they can show up and show out each and every Saturday for the University of Tennessee. Man, I appreciate y'all comments, man, for real. I really do, man. I started this channel, February. You know what I mean? I tried different things, but I love the University of Tennessee, man. Been loving them since forever and a day. And it's crazy because I'm from Tennessee, and as a kid, I didn't really know too much about Tennessee football until I was in Philly. My mom's from Philly, and her brother, he had Johnny Majors. They had the Tennessee calendar up with the games on it, and Johnny Majors was on there. And that's how I became a Tennessee fan. So yeah, but I bleed orange through and through. So I just wanted to start a channel, man. Just talk about Tennessee football. I talk about other things Tennessee, but right now we in the meat and potatoes of Tennessee football, Tennessee recruiting, and whatever else happens after that. Am I going to talk about a little basketball? Yeah, probably. Am I going to talk about the Lady Vols? Probably. Am I going to talk about other sports? Yeah, of course, because I am. I got other teams that I rock with, but yeah, man. But hey, I appreciate you, Andre. I appreciate you, General Ball 423, man, coming on here and chopping it up with me, man. I appreciate it. This is my second time going live. I was trying to see how it worked the first time. I was like, all right, it's cool. But then I was like, yeah, gotta go live for this one, man. This National Signing Day. Shit, what you talking about? I love it. I love football. This is what I live for real. But yeah, I'm just steadily refreshing stuff, man, seeing if anything has changed in regards to. So let's see who else. What else just occurred? Anything else occurred? Where we still ranked number 5, man. We still ranked number 5. Hey, appreciate it, Joseph, man. Appreciate you. Man, I'm a fan just like y'all, bro. I love this. I love it. And even though, yeah, we finished 8-4, so what? It happens. Not everybody can win. But damn it, losing to Vanderbilt ain't it. Not that way. Not that way. Look, I could have lost to Vanderbilt 21-28. But damn, 45? Well, 46? She don't even remember the score is bad. God, dog. It's like we just laid down. Like we just laid down. I don't know what the halftime speech was, but that speech sure as hell wasn't speeching. Man, you let that man talk his shit, came in our house and did his thing. I can't be mad at dude. He did what he was supposed to do. But shit. Come springtime, talk about some lady ball softball. Should be top tier this year. Yeah, man. Speaking of lady ball, I'm going to touch on the lady ball softball, man. Lady ball softball should have had at least 3 national championships. No question. At least 3. Maybe 4. But 3 that I know of. You know what I mean? We just say, bro, telling the TT Lander, you sorry. We never had linebackers like you. Like at the ball, Al Wilson. and what was before that, where the DTs, Carter can bust heads. T Lander's the reason band that got out, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna get to T Lander in a minute. I'm gonna go back to the softball folks, man. But yeah, softball should have had 3 national championships, at least 4 national titles. Easy. You know what I mean? So hopefully, man, we can Lady Softball can make something happen. Tennessee Lady Vols basketball, man, they're young, so I really don't expect too much from them. Just make it look respectable. That's all I ask. But anyway, yeah. Tell T Lander you sorry. Shoot, hey, if I get a hold of him, I'm like, bro, you sorry as hell. Nah, I ain't gonna do T Lander shit. I might have to fight dude, and I ain't trying to fight no kids. Because I am liable to I am liable to say some stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. Al Wilson, yeah. Shoot, man, that Al Wilson, oh my goodness. Man, I'm talking about, the likes of oh man, who we had back in the day? Kevin Simon, linebacker. Who else? Shoot, man, Goodrich. Man, it was just a lot of, we had a lot of talent back then. Like Philip Farmer knew who to get. You know what I mean? He really did. He really did. But yeah. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. But man. Yeah. Daryl Hardy. Yeah, he's that dude. He was that dude too. Oh, he did play for I remember he did play for the Dallas Cowboys back in the day. He did. Yeah, Goodrich. Yep. Yeah, Dwayne Goodrich. Shoot, he picked that pass off in the national championship game, took it to the house. I just hate, his career got derailed the way it did, man. Um, you're right. Johnny Majors never had one. Johnny didn't have one. Philip Fulmer didn't have one. They didn't have bad linebackers. You know what I mean? It just didn't happen till Phil left. Where they kicked Phil out. They kicked Phil out. He went on about his way. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, and then let's not even talk about Derek Dooley. Shit, Derek Dooley didn't even recruit. Hell, he didn't even recruit. You know what I mean? Like really, he didn't even recruit at all. I'm just Mr. Orange Pants. That's what I call him. He was terrible. Yeah, AJ Johnson. Oh my God. I hated how his career ended too. I hate it. Overstreet, Will Overstreet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. Jack Hacksaw Reynolds. Doug Atkins. Who remember Doug Atkins? Man, Jalen Reeves Maben. Now, Bruce Jones had some too now. Bruce Jones had some. He had some. Daniel Batuli. Yeah. It just didn't get bad until, I don't know what happened. What happened to the linebackers, man? Is it Jeremy? I mean, not Jeremy Pruitt. Is it Josh Heupel? We haven't had great linebackers since he got hired. What was my man name that changed? What was my man name that changed? Golly, Banks. Y'all didn't think the running back that changed the linebacker that was part of Heupel crew back in that 2021-22 season. Did y'all think he was a great linebacker? I thought he was decent. I thought he was decent. There was some times where it felt like he was out of place. Yeah, you're right, Prime. I could agree with that. Because they said, I know when I watched him, when he made the flip, and I watched the 247 Sports, and they came and they mentioned, they brought in breaking news. Legend Bay has flipped back to Tennessee, and they were saying, mom has the last words. You know what I mean? Yeah, James Banks, that's his name. Yeah, they said mama had the last word. So it was kind of like, yeah. I don't know why he went there anyway, but it is what it is. He's back with us, so. Oh, he just used him to get more money from us. Shoot, that's what it is now. It's a business now. Everybody making business moves. They really are. It's definitely not the college football of old. Now, it's not, or it's just not out there like it was. Because let's be honest, people were getting paid back then. Your star players were getting money under the table. They were. It just wasn't, it just wasn't out there for us to know, for us to have opinions, to make those opinions about how we feel of, players, getting money and using their leverage and this, that, and the other. Yeah, you're right. Brian Hartline, he definitely took the job at USF. So, they had a lot to do with it too, I think, as well. I think the way the game has gone has changed. The way they defend with more players suited like strong safety playing linebacker. Yeah, it's definitely different. And everybody's more athletic now. You got Braden Rouse. Hell, I think he plays wide receiver at his high school, if I'm not mistaken. Wide receiver or tight end, and then go on the other side and play linebacker. But they bring him in as a linebacker, which is good because at least we know he got hands. So if a ball does come his way, we ain't got to worry about him dropping the ball. That's the benefit of having a two-way player in high school when they do come in as a defensive player. So that's very important these days and times, because back in the day, you was just all defense. Goddamn, you had butterfingers like my dad always say. Shit, but you could damn tackle, and you can get somebody to fumble and hurt somebody out there on that field. For real. Look at all these other comments. T-Lander is the worst. T-Lander is the worst I've ever seen play a linebacker in Tennessee. He just missed on T-Lander. Other than that, it's been all right. Okay. All right. Damn. But man, you on T-Lander, boy. You is on T-Lander. T-Lander, you got to go, dog. It's unanimous. The decision has been made. You got to hit the bricks, man. You got to hit that portal, dog. Hey, we won't be mad at you. We won't. We won't. We appreciate your service, sir. We appreciate it. But yeah, man. But hey, I appreciate y'all coming on here, man. Um, this has been fun. Hold on, before I even go anywhere. In 1993, I played with Ken Overdown, who played at Virginia Tech, was recruited hard by UT. Asked him then why he did not go there, and he told me the money the boosters were offering him scared him. Damn, how did it scare him? Shit, I hope it scared him for the better and not for the worse. That's interesting. I would love to know that. Because they want to blame banks. Okay, Andre, let me ask you this. How do you feel about banks? Where do you think banks should still be at the University of Tennessee? Do you feel like that do you feel like he could do something better? Do you think he's a better fit for us? That's really what I want to know. Like, and if not banks, then who? Who? Well, we're not gonna go on to that because we're not even talking about that. Oh, you said it word his parents. Okay, I get it. It must have been a great amount. Must have been, but I get it. You know, sometimes all money ain't good money. So yeah, that's a decision that you make, and I respect it. He's all right. Get good players on defense. Okay. All right. Because I know everybody's going nuclear about getting Tim Banks out of there. I mean, this season, there was some coaching malpractice that took place. You know, like I stated before earlier on the live, I stated that I felt like the Georgia game leaving Redmond out there like that. I feel like who else? The Alabama game, 3rd and 2, you know, dropping your linebackers back, which it should have been a 3rd and 10, like it was a 3rd and 10. Especially the Vanderbilt game, not keeping a spy. And if T-Lander was the spy, well, hell, that's coaching malpractice. I hope that wasn't the case. But T-Lander knew better. He couldn't keep up with dude. Shoot. And I forgot the other game where I felt like, you know, it was just coaching malpractice on the defensive side of the ball. But hey, what else you gonna do? Who else can you get? You know, at this point, wait a minute, I just saw some stuff come in here. Who do we have? All right, Zay Anderson has committed and has signed his national letter of intent to the University of Tennessee. Who else? Who else done came into the fold? I saw a couple people. Let me see. We got, C.J. Edwards. He just committed to the University of Tennessee. And Javonte Smith has committed or not committed, has signed his national letter of intent. So those 3 guys, they are in the fold with the University of Tennessee as we speak. So they're off the board. Let me go back and check and refresh this here real quick. So really, right now, we got Celeste Moore. And of course, Jordan Carter, who will be going live, I say around 4:00. And then we still haven't heard anything from JJ Finch. So right now, man, this class is starting to shape out. Still top 5, and that's okay. But it's starting to shape out, man. It's good that we're able to get all our commitments, at least the majority of them, to come into the fold. Because, you know, with early National Signing Day, you know, somebody like Celeste or at the point, because at one point, when I saw Legend Bay was holding off his commitment for the day, they said he probably was going to make a decision around tomorrow, actually, Wednesday. But I guess he decided, man, bump all that. I already know where I want to go. Let's just make it happen. But Celeste, I can see him dragging it out to Thursday or Friday. But yeah, man, we got everybody in there on that. Yeah, Celeste Moore, and then, like I said, the other 3 guys, we're just waiting on them right now to make it happen. So that's beautiful. It really is. Tell Willie Martinez to recruit a 5-star. Shit, right. Damn. Zay is a beast. I watched him play a few weeks ago. Could play both sides. Okay. Yeah, Andre. Damn, Andre. You're right. Damn, Willie Martinez ain't. Hey, man, you on point today. You on point. You're right. That boy ain't brought in a 5-star. You right. Golly. Ah, dang. Man, I see. I see. I see. Yes, what a day for the Vols, baby. GBO. What a day. Yes, sir. Dang, you right, man. What Willie bring in? What did Willie bring in? Willie Martinez. And this is his second stint. Understand. He was here with Bush Jones at that time. So you right about that, man. They got to coach. Look, man, I know we had injuries back there with Javon McCoy and Ricky Gibson, but still. And Jacoby Thomas going to Miami, but still. Yeah, that hurt. He got to go. Willie got to go. Damn. Well, hell, who we gonna get? Because you know who coaches the safeties, right? You know Tim Bates coached them safeties, right? You know he do. Yeah. If Willie is there, it will be a make or break. It gotta be. I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt, Andre. As far as this season, with all the I didn't know he was I didn't know he was on his I didn't know he was on Mark Richt's staff. Didn't even know that. Wow, Willie been everywhere. I didn't even know Willie Martinez was part of the Georgia defensive staff at the time. But yeah, you're right. This is gonna be a make or break for Willie. Rocky Top, Wizzy, definitely a great day for the Vols. Andre, you the MVP. But everybody's an MVP, man. All y'all that came in here, man, and then stayed with me. Every last one of y'all MVPs, man. I appreciate y'all support, man. I really do. I appreciate y'all coming in here on my live. Yeah, but I got duties I have to do, man. But hey, I hope y'all come back. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Hit that notification bell. The comments, I love them. Keep bringing them in. Keep supporting Blackout Jones, your boy. Keep supporting this channel. Just shooting the sports with Blackout Jones. I truly appreciate y'all, man. But yeah, I'm sorry. Hey, sorry, Rocky Top Wizzy, man. Yeah, no problem. I still appreciate it, man. Definitely come back. I'll definitely go live again. I don't know when I'll go live again. I may go live, not sure. I had to just put it out there on the post. But yeah, just like I said, just subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit all. And once I put out that post that I'm gonna go live again, then hey, I'm gonna make sure I put in the time, the day, and all those great things, man. But I really enjoyed y'all, man. Would you say, Andre? Hell no, no more, bro. Too much money involved. If you ain't productive, get out. Yeah, Andre is correct. Once again, it is a business. And with the business comes consequences. That's just what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave off with that. Appreciate you, Andre. Appreciate you, General Vols 423, Rocky Top Wizzy. Who else? Joseph Harvey. Man, I appreciate all of y'all, man, for coming in here and hanging out with your boy. But until next time, like I always say at the end of my videos, anytime I talk about that power T back there and the one beside, wrong side. Damn, I'm all mixed up. And the one beside me, you know where it's at. I'm tripping. It's always go Vols and go Big Orange. Let's get it. Top 3, here we come. Oh, yeah.